Alright, so we need to find the other key, half of the key in the sunroom. I guess this is the sunroom over here. But as you can see... Ah, what's this? Ah. Nice little addition. Nothing happens. Alright. Puzzle piece. Okay, sorry. I wasn't suspecting. I assumed the in-game tutorial had to told me that, but apparently beat it. So that was one of the collectibles. Looks like a book, so we need to pay attention to those. I was about to say something. What was that? Oh yeah. I do hope that the audio and my voice aren't too loud separately. I kind of use this game as a testing ground, if you can say that. And I hope the game's sound isn't too loud compared to my voice, or vice versa. But I do apologize in advance. And as for this name, David Blackthorne, there is some kind of reference to another elephant game series within this game. Some people say it's a spin-off of whatever that game is. I don't know what game it is. I basically just read what other people was saying about the game. It didn't. They don't outright say what game it is, but I assume we'll find some kind of clue, and it will be nice to see. Although I don't know what game it is, but still, I think that's a nice little thing to use references to other games. I always like that, no matter what kind of game it is. All right, let's check out this sunroom over here. If I do believe it's this room. A heavy figurine. This old tree has been here since I was a child. I'm sad that it fell, but sad that it's blocking the door. Alright, so when you interact with these special items, a cogwheel will appear, as you can see by my mouse. Once you click that, it will give you a description on top, just like it's doing here. 95% of the time, almost in whatever game I've seen and played myself, it will only give you a vague description on what you need to do. The rest of the 5% always tell you what you need to do, but the other 95% you always need to use your brain to figure out what to do. And then you need to figure out what kind of inventory item they reference as to what you need to use on the given situation. I assume we need a saw or something. I need my car fob to open the trunk. We also need to pay attention to these in the main game scenes, at least, because we require items to open. I assume we need to open this trunk somehow for some kind of item. Let's check the door. Or a screwdriver. I only have half the key. My father usually hides the other half in the sunroom. There's a note as well. I locked the door when I left. The key is hidden as Mr. Burton wished. Good luck, young Master Harry. My parents used to hide the spare key in the sunroom. I'll check there first. So besides, when we're progressing through this game, there is usually a main story. That main story is usually compressed inside in-game cinematics. And also these small notes. So we need to pay attention to these notes because they usually give some kind of background information into the main story, or might contain some, and in this case might contain some references to other games, or whatever the case is. And these can be found usually in the small zoom zones, but also occasionally in object scenes. So we need to pay attention for those as well. Alright, let's close this window. I have a trapdoor over here, or a basement cellar door. A basement cellar. Good job, Ace. Got a pocket knife. I could go in through the cellar, but the latch is broken. Again, it only gives you a description of what we need to do. It doesn't outright say what we need to do. I assume we need to put something in the hole and slide the latch to the side. Maybe the screwdriver? No. It could have worked, but that isn't the case. Let's see what else we have. We don't have anything else. Use items from... Oh, I forgot to check the rest of this. Use items from your inventory to impact the game world. Try to open the glove box with the help of the screwdriver. Let's just see what it states here. Dang, jammed again. I need a tool and brute force to get it open. Let's pick up this item. Got a scarf, okay. Still jammed. How do I open it? There's a note. Fix the glove box. It's been getting jammed repeatedly for 2 weeks. I was about to have this fixed when I got that letter. I'll deal with it later. Typical. The knob fell off. I have to remember to get it fixed when I'm done here. I need a knob. Maybe I can use this to whack it. Ah, look at that. I've got the screwdriver back. 1 out of 3 fuses. And the key fob. Now we can open the trunk. And a lot of items. Rubber boots. And we got a handsaw. Looks like a charm. That glass is too sharp to touch. I should be careful. So let's see, maybe you can use this scarf to protect my hands. Oh, I can. Sparkles indicate hidden object scenes. Search them to find useful items. Sorry. So as you can see, hidden object scenes are always... I don't think I've ever seen a game where it isn't illustrated by these sparkly areas, and it looks like in this game I also got an orange hue or aura behind it, but it's always illustrated by these glowing sparkly starlight thingy. So let's just enter it. Find all the objects listed below. If you need help, select the hint button. It must recharge after each use. So yes, we have a hint button in case we ever get stuck. I will try not to use it as much as possible, although I will use it if I get stuck too long in a puzzle. But my aim is also to use these videos as some kind of walkthrough as well for other people to use in case they get stuck. So I want to keep this as 100% authentic as the game should be. So I do know that I won't be using these for the hidden object scenes because they're kind of easy. But if I ever get stuck in a puzzle, once we encounter those, I will use it if I use too long. But I will try to use it. It is a brain teaser game as well, so I love to use my brain, so I will try not to use it. Anyway, as you can see, we're inside the scene now. We got a task list down here in the bottom, but 12 items. I don't know if it's some kind of universal thing they made back in the days, but it's always 12 items. You might encounter, once you find these 12 items, you need to find some additional stuff in the game. But at least for the task list, it's always 12 items. I don't know if they made some kind of law or a rule. Maybe Big Fish did that once back in the days. I don't think I've seen a game where it's not 12 items. If you go back to the old hidden object games days, those one there wasn't any kind of rule as to how many items you need to find. That was basically way more than we see today. But today is always 12 items. And as you can see, some of the names are written in white words, white color, and 3 of them are yellow. So that means there is some kind of difference between these, and I will assume it's the yellow ones. That means we need to do something in the world, maybe combine some stuff, or take one item to open up something, or whatever the case is. Maybe click on an item to remove it because it's hidden behind it. There are a lot of different possibilities. The task list can also vary from time to time. But usually the standard one is these written words. We might encounter other types of what do you call it, task lists. Well, I will explain them once we encounter them. All right, let's get this show on the road. We got a teapot, then we got a chickadee. So let's see. there should be a cursor change once we hover over. Yeah, there we do. There we go. No birds here, but some seeds would be useful. I assume it's the chickadee. I don't know what it is, but it's supposedly some kind of bird, I assume. There it is. Alright, it is a chickadee. We've got a fan. A water lily. Watering can. And as you can see, I have an OCD for things, and this is one of them. I always start from the left to the right. I don't know. Yeah, that's just basically it. That's just me. Just laugh at it. I do. We have a butterfly. I've heard that you're not supposed to touch butterflies. Well, it's a good thing there's a net down there below. There we go. So we established there's the yellow ones in this game. They might change colors depending on the game. Well, a chandelier there. Then we have a cherub. This statue is missing its wing. It's right up here. And we got grapes. We got a lot of green scenery in here. I remember back in the days, at least when you're playing hidden object games, the scenes would look just like this, but just imagine a bunch more stuff 20 times more. Just stacked on top of each other, thrown in with a whatever. Basically just looked like a giant scrap heap of stuff piled on top of each other. And it wouldn't be uncommon to find things embedded into other things. Like, for example, take this. It looks like it's a key fragment, I assume, and put it inside a rim on a table, or put a cigar in the same color here, or whatever. Write a P, just with the fingers, like you do with the fingers. If it is too, what do you call it, dirty or whatever, or whatever types of irritating things they could do back then. It's a little more linear now. Oh, there's the grapes. A lemon. Talk about it in the greenery. Parasol, I forgot that. And a rake. Yeah, there's the key fragment. The little plus sign shows that you can interact with a plus item. And as you can see, it turns into a red with a flashy illustration as well. Let's put this in here. There we go. And then it disappears. Alright. And as a little side note, compared to newer days versus older games, or in the old days, the game is, at least nowadays, at least what I've seen, are comprised into different chapters. That means a chapter usually contains around contains around 3 to 6 or 7 scenes in each chapter before you're moving into the next chapter. Back in the old days, it wasn't uncommon. You had to traverse through the entire game. I do remember vividly one game, I can't remember the name, that was in the beginning of Hopper days. I think it was one of the last games I played back then, but it wasn't uncommon to traverse through the entire game back and forth. I do remember in the very first scene I encountered one of these zones, and I had to use an item, and I didn't find that item way until the last scene of the game, and I had to traverse all the way back to use that item. That wasn't uncommon. So, but it's not that nowadays. Now they divide them into chapters, which gives a more linear progress throughout the game. All right, let's open the door. All right, but basically that's how the games works. So let's just continue with the game.
Harry, you're finally back after all these years. But we don't have much time. You need to know the truth about your brother.
So that was our mother, or my mother, I assume. What was that? I must be imagining things. I better get more sleep. She rushed upstairs. Looks like she scrapped a bunch of stuff downstairs. Fix the lights in the hall. Alright, so we encountered our first puzzle. Puzzle instructions are written below. Skip minigames by selecting skip once it charges. You may also reset the minigame. Alright, so press on the lamps to make them brighter. Note that selecting one lamp might darken others. Keep selecting lamps until all the lamps in the rooms are equally bright. Alright, so it wants me to turn on the lights in one go. So let's see which one are connected. There we go. What's going on here? I have to figure this out and find the David Blackthorne my father mentioned in his last letter. Look around and find the father's belongings. Find hidden hotel miniatures in the game. They will be added to your collection. Alright, so this is the... Is that the same collectible that we accidentally clicked outside? I don't think so. 1 out of 12. Alright, so that's the second type of collectible we have in game, and that's the hidden volumes, which I accidentally pressed. They'll unlock puzzle pieces in the secret room. Alright. Open the map. Yes, so we have a map as well. Use the map to teleport between locations. That's basically what it outright says this map will do. You can use this as a fast traveling system as well. But also check out how many scenes that you are currently having in this chapter. As you can see, we have all the unexplored areas which are marked with a question mark. And the explanation marks contains areas where you need to do something, or if you have an inventory item and in this case you need to do it doesn't outright say what you need to do, it just points out that you can do something in that scene. So you can also use this map as a reference as to what you need to do. I will try not to use this because I kind of want these games to be in a nostalgic way, so I won't be using this as a traveling system. I might check on the map if I ever get stuck to see if I have an exclamation mark somewhere. But I will go back and forth just like the olden days. You can also check out if you need collectibles. By the way, they will be hinted with this icon as well. Alright. Well, let's check out this foyer here. Let's clean up the place. I really like the graphics in this game. And do an excellent job. And the ambience as well. Kind of reminds you of an eerie place. I've never seen anything like this before, and I don't want to mess with whatever it is. Alright. We also got a door in here. We've got a hotel logo. Strange handle. My father never liked unexpected guests. This must be how he kept people out. Now, how do I open it? Yeah, that's a good question. It doesn't look like there's any handle. I assume we need to hang something on this arrow. Only time will tell. Oh, here's the knob for the car. Another fuse. The gardener's friend is missing. I remember this gardener had a funny hat. Electricity here is unstable, but at least the phone works. Yeah, it's an old hardwire, land-wired phone. It always works. Okay, we've got a large suitcase which belongs to my father. These clock hands are missing. Ah, look at that. What fits here? Let's try this coin. Fits perfectly. Got a lock dial. And a box of matches. Alright. Let's check this out. My father knew I'd figure this out. Well, we got the reel, or a dial. When I fix the locks, I can open the suitcase. I don't know the code, but my father often used old toys as inspiration. So we need to find a toy which has the number on, I guess. Yeah, we got the car, the knob for the car. And we got some pliers and an oil. As you can see, I don't know why I can still interact with these, but once you're done in a certain zoom zone, it automatically closes just as it did before, which kind of gives you the help to rule out any more zoom zones, which you don't need to use anymore. Just as this one over here closed. I don't know why this is still open. Maybe it's because of the note. Okay, but it isn't glinting just as this one over here does. So this one is closed, but they automatically always automatically closes when you're done. Okay, we got some pliers and some oil. We need to use that here? No. That was just a random guess. We have a knife and a screwdriver. Some rubber boots. Pliers. Oil. Can I use that on the latch? It looks kind of rusty. No? Can I use the pliers? Oh, I can. Okay. Like that. Oh dear lord, what's that?